Welcome to Casey Christine Presents. This is a lighthearted, multi-dimensional sanctuary space for multi-dimensional beings. I'm your host, Casey Christine. All right, epic humans and humanoids and starseeds and lightworkers and earthlings. We are ready to dive into the $800 book that you should know. And if you are just checking this out, I will always place the time right when I start reading in case you don't want to listen to my intro. So you can always look down and see the exact time that I start reading. And this is the book, The Inner Knower, by Reverend Judith Baldwin, who I feel a very strong spiritual connection to. And from my heart to yours, I do believe that if you gift yourself with listening to the profound message that truly is simplified throughout this very short but very rare and expensive book, you could transform your life through transforming your relationship with yourself. Now, this book is not about gaining more knowledge. This book is about returning to our true essence and the inner knower that knows the path that leads to peace, to joy, the great comforter in any situation that we're in. And so I'm so excited to be sharing this with people. And it definitely starts out a little slow. So heads up on that. The first couple chapters, a friend of mine is going through reading it, and she was like, hey, it's kind of a challenge to understand. And then like shortly after she goes, oh my God, this book's incredible. I'm like, I know, you just have to give it a chance. And it's part of my mission now to get this work back in print. Because again, it's so rare and there's only a couple that you can even purchase. And, you know, who's going to spend $900, $800 on a short little book? Well, I will definitely spend a lot of money on books, especially rare books. I love them. But this one, I just feel it's part of my mission now to get it out to you guys. So with all of that, let us dive in to chapter 1. How the story goes. In the beginning, there was Source, and it extended all that is, in a never-ending expansion of love. It was one, and it was good. Suddenly, part of the expansion of all that is took insanity to mind and chose to leave one and become the many. In answer to the great need that the many miscreated by taking insanity to mind, Source extended forth the solution. The solution placed the answer in the right mind of the many taking insanity to mind, where it could always be found and always be remembered. The answer came to be called the inner knower. Insanity taken to the minds of the many came to be called the inner not knower. The inner not knower miscreated all manner of error, guilt, fear, and separation. The many, having listened to the insanity of the inner not knower, forgot about the right mind, capital R, capital M, where the inner knower, capital I, capital N, waited for the invitation to speak and paid attention only to the inner not knower. So the many became lost in the shadow of the inner not knower. The many suffered and died, believing they were abandoned and bereft of hope. After a while, such pain could no longer be tolerated, and the many who were lost called for help. The solution heard the call and whispered the answer to the inner knower. Now, the inner knower gives the answer to any of the many who would ask for it. And in the place where the many believe they are, peace is being reborn of love. And the many are beginning to recall their right mind and remember the truth, capital T. When the many complete the remembering and choose to return to right-mindedness, capital R, capital M, the story will end, and the many will recognize they are already safe at home. The many will realize they have always been one, and there will be joy. So there it was, short and sweet. I know it doesn't feel maybe too profound yet, or like, what is she even talking about? This right-mindedness, this inner knower, this insanity of inner not knower. And it will come to reveal itself in a very simple message around it's either the divine stream of energy that's flowing, or it's viral programs that we have within us. And it's like we're either plugged into one or the other is what she's going to talk about. Is it's no in between. You're either literally plugged in to your inner knower, which will always reveal to you peace, or you're plugged in to the inner not knower, which I call viral programming. So every single chapter, I will definitely have a meditation on my meditation channel. Sovereign Temples is a channel dedicated to just meditation and not as much discussion. So be on the lookout for that. I will for sure always plug that link in the description as well too. And even though these chapters are really short and could be, getting a couple in at once in a really short time frame, I just set with my heart. I called upon Reverend Judith Baldwin to offer me some guidance. And other than the last two chapters, I am dedicating each episode to a chapter. And again, every episode will have the time that you can go right to if you don't want to hear me chit chat for a little bit before dialogue afterwards. I'm definitely going to save the most dialogue for when we start getting into the meat of the book. If you give this to yourself to become a channel, like a receiver on a radio, and you have two stations, you can tune the dial to the inner knower, or you can tune the dial to the inner not knower. Again, you can tune it to your higher self, or you can tune it to viral programming. And learning, which is going to be a lot of unlearning and a lot of feeling into your heart versus mind processing. This is going to be a journey back into the heart in a lot of ways. You can transform your life. It will be alchemy. It will be quantum leaping if you gift this to yourself. So I look forward to our next episode. And yeah, just this entire journey, and also the meditation for how the story goes on chapter 1. So I will see you guys on the next episode. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, like, and follow our social media platforms. And you can find all of our contact information on CaseyChristinePresents.com. I'll see you next time. All my love and light. Namaste.